I first saw Parappa the Rapper 2 sitting in the pre-owned section of a game store. This was around 2005, 2006, and I had completely forgotten that empty promise of a sequel at the end of the first game. But here it is. Originally released in Japan in 2001, and a year later in the West, it's Parappa the Rapper 2. This was for the PlayStation 2, a new era, a new generation. Had Parappa changed to match? Well, let's take a look at the manual and find out. Wait. Huh? What? Oh, they want you to make some sort of origami box out of the manual? No thanks. Well, the manual is just as crazy as all the other Parappa games, but what about the game itself? Let's find out. So, stop me if you've heard this one before. The game begins with our hero and his friends watching the same old Jet Baby movie. Only this time, the monster breaks through the screen and comes after Parappa, but it was all a dream. The reason for Parappa's nightmares?
It all started a while back. I got this coupon at a burger shop, and I won 100-year supply of noodle products. Since then, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'm eating noodles.
Okay, that's just called being a student. Parappa is sick of eating noodles, so when Sunny Funny makes him noodles for dinner, he just bails out of the house.
Parappa, I didn't know you were such a baby. Such a baby.
Have you ever went over a friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good? I mean, the macaroni's soggy, the peas are mushed, and the chicken tastes like wood. It's Rapper's Delight. It's a song from... Let's just carry on. Parappa and PJ decide that instead of noodles, they're gonna get some burgers.
Burgers rule!
Beard burgers, a Parappa Town tradition.
I'm fine with Beard Burgers, that's just a brand name, but they really couldn't think of a town name, so they just named it after the guy who lives there. Or maybe they named Parappa after the town. Well, anyway, it's lazy and stupid, and I don't like it. Oh god, there he is. This is Boxy Boy, the worst character ever created. He's a talking boombox who gives you a little practice run of each stage before you begin. He sounds like a chipmunk, and the practice parts last forever, and you'll be mashing the start button whenever he pops up. Interestingly enough, he actually appears in the first game, but there he never opens his smelly gob. But all is not well at the burger shop.
Noodles again? What happened to the traditional burgers?
We're terribly sorry. For some reason, all our burgers turned into noodles.
Again, this is just student life. You know how much burger meat costs? Just get a piece of bread, put some noodles on it, instant burger.
If only our president were alive.
Yeah, we can't have no baby running the store. Baby running the store. Baby running the store.
Such a baby.
Baby?
Okay, I'm having a date with a real man.
Hell yes you are! Joe Chin wins again! So, the ghost of the guy who founded the store appears to show Parappa how to cook burgers like a pro.
Watch, listen, learn, and play exactly as I do.
Really? Yeah, I know. I gotta believe.
And so begins the first stage, and damn is it funky. The beats in this game are just nice, and this has some of the finest music in the entire series. But things aren't always perfect. Unlike in the previous games, if you drop down from the good rating, rather than just dynamically and instantly switching the track to the bad version, the game has this little break while the master tells you that you're
getting worse,
and it lets you retry the section you just messed up. This completely ruins the flow of the song, and rewinding the track back to let you try again takes away some of the challenge. In the previous games, The songs build up to the finish point, and if you slip and drop to bad just before the very end of the song, you fail. It builds up a great sense of tension as you try to really nail the final few lines of the song. But in Parappa 2, if you slip just before the end, then the game rewinds and you can try again. Not to mention that the game constantly stopping to say,
Getting worse
and
getting better.
gets really annoying really quickly. I know if I did better or worse. There's the rap meter, the entire song, and all the visuals change. I don't need you to stop the entire song to tell me that I suck. But anyway, it turns out that all the food in town is being changed into noodles.
We have to stop this noodling thing.
Maybe your dad can help us. He's an inventor, right?
Yeah, I think he used to study noodles too.
We used to study noodles. Sunny Funny's dad, the military plant pot guy, and Parappa's dad are working together to create a device that will reverse the noodleization process.
Just push that green button, will ya? Okay, here goes. No, not that one. The greener button. Oh, this. That's the cat wash. Green, but square button.
This! It better be it.
Yeah, that's it. Here goes.
Yeah, shrink ray. Surprise! Parappa and PJ get home and decide to watch some TV while they wait for their dad. The program they watch is a kung fu exercise show hosted by Chop Chop Master Onion, who's doing very well for himself after losing his dojo in Umjamalami.
This is a good show. It makes you feel like you lost 40 pounds in a week. All muscles, too.
Wait, you lost 40 pounds of muscle? That's not good, is it?
Come on, Parappa. Relax. It's practice time. Kick! Kick! Punch! Jump! Pose!
Yeah, no thanks, Boxy Boy.
Welcome to another episode of Romantic Karate. Stare eye to eye as we poke each other's eyeballs out. Put the kiddies to bed, because this is strictly for adults.
You know daytime TVs when they bust out the hardcore pornography.
Young children, relax.
But you said this was strictly for adults.
If you learn the brand new romantic karate invented by me, you will soon enter the world of adults. Here, there are no rules. Just punch and kick at will.
Ah, so that's the secret to mastering the ancient arts of karate. Just punch and kick at will. This is stage 2, and it's just as smooth as the first. Romantic karate, baby. Mixing pleasure with pain, I like it.
Hold hands.
Hold hands.
Oh, that's fine. Lots of friends hold hands.
Face to face.
Face to face.
What, you scared to look your bro in the eye or something?
Get romantic.
Get romantic.
Well, next line.
Get it on.
Get it on.
Well, that's it. I mean, why even bother trying to get Sunny Funny's affection when it's clear that Parappa the Rapper is mad gay? Homo. Filled with the homo lust.
Lovers we are.
Lovers we are.
I'm the sensei, you are my students. But before that, you and I are friends. We know each other anywhere we can. We all need love, no matter woman or a man.
God, see? This game has a very uplifting message for the kids. We all need love, no matter woman or man. So after that little slice of unintentional homoeroticism, Parappa and PJ argue over the remote, accidentally activating the shrink ray many times. Then they shrink themselves and Milk Can bust in the door without knocking. And then they accidentally get shrunk.
What in the world are you guys doing down here?
Come on, Parappa. Relax. It's practice time. Hold them.
Nope.
Small and worthless. That's what you guys are. You keep shouting.
This is Guru Ant, the third rap master and a smooth-talking hip-hop activist.
But to become big, you can't just follow the rules. You must create your own groove. Groove on, because that's the only way to grow.
Yeah, I know. I gotta believe!
His stage is my favourite of the entire series. The track is smooth as hell, the lyrics are great, and when the shrink ray goes too far in reverse, you end up rapping in space. It's awesome. Meanwhile, the evil leader of the Noodle Syndicate is holding a speech for his minions. Sunny Funny's dad is leading an army of banjo players to fight them, and Parappa and PJ are enlisted. But before they can ship out, they need to go through basic training. Their instructor is Musisha, the sister of the driving instructor from Parappa 1. Stage 4 covers Parappa's training, from jumping rope, riding on a bike, and climbing up a tower. And, of course, Joe Chin is chilling at the top of the tower, in a hot tub, with a naked woman. Basic training complete, Parappa gets his first mission. The Noodle Syndicate have brainwashed a local hairdresser into turning everyone's hair into afros. Noodle afros, I guess. The hairdresser challenges Parappa to a hairdressing contest. If he wins, he'll redo everybody's hair.
But I've never cut nobody's hair before.
Come on, Parappa, you can do it! Because we're milk cans! Leave it to Lemmy!
Yeah, I know. I gotta believe!
Milk can help out on stage 5, but that is one of the game's biggest disappointments. Lammy blew my mind when it let me play as Parappa, so for Parappa 2 not to let you play as Lammy is a pretty big downgrade. And while I'm talking about downgrades from Lammy, the multiplayer mode in Parappa 2 isn't nearly as good. There's obviously no joint Lammy Parappa play, and there's no co-op or versus mode that go through the actual songs themselves. What you get instead is a sort of freestyle challenge.
Rules are simple. I'll give you a phrase to play, so player 1, try to play better than I did. Then player 2, you have to try and do better than what player 1 did.
It's alright fun, I suppose, but what happened to the previous game's co-op and versus modes? It don't make no goddamn sense for the bigger, better PS2 game to have less features than its PS1 and predecessor. But anyway, it turns out that the device used to brainwash the hairdresser contains an old video game cartridge.
But this game never hit the market.
But why is that?
That's because there was a strange rumor going on that everyone who couldn't clear this game could only eat noodles.
I knew playing video games had to be bad for you somehow. So somebody has to clear the game in order to unlock its denoodleizing potential.
But, this is too dangerous for kids. I'm not going to let my baby son do this.
All this time, I've had many great teachers help me out. But for me to become a real man, it's time I do this myself. No, Dad, I'll do it.
Once this game starts, no one can help you. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I know. I gotta believe.
For some reason, the game console looks like a steampunk Virtual Boy, and the graphics vary depending on how well you're playing. Rap good and they're kinda NES-like. Go bad and they drop to an Atari standard, and at awful level it's all monochrome. If you reach cool, the characters appear as they do in the real world. I mean as they do in the real world in the game. In the game Parappa the Rapper 2. And this stage serves as a boss rush for all the previous masters. It's pretty neat to see how each of them look as retro sprites. So, Parappa clears the game, the denoodleizer is finished, and the gang head out in a bunch of vehicles that Parappa's dad apparently built. Also, he has a secret cave. Wow, Parappa's dad is so much cooler than Parappa. The game should have been about him. The Noodle Syndicate is attacking the town, turning everything into noodles, and Parappa and pals must retaliate by pelting them with sweets. Which works, and it turns out that all the Noodle Syndicate goons are actually dummies being controlled by wires. They follow the wires up to a building where they come face to face with the big boss.
Yahoo! It just doesn't get any sweeter than this.
That must be the boss.
Hey, what are you looking at?
Now, wait a minute. You're the burger shop's son.
He's the burger shop's son. the burger shops.
I hate burgers, and I'll tell you why. I was destined to become a burger shop owner from the day I was born. My dad was so into burger research that all I got to eat was burgers, burgers, burgers. Burgers for a snack, burgers for breakfast, burgers for lunch, and burgers for dinner. Even at my own birthday party. Hamburger, cheeseburger, bacon burger. All my friends hated me for that. Even my mother. She ate so many burgers that...
Did she pass away?
No, she turned into one. But see, I always liked noodles more than burgers. Actually, I love noodles. That's why I'm going to have noodles take over the world. Noodles are the flow. Noodles are the groove. And I'm gonna make everybody understand that. So let there be noodles. I represent for noodles, baby. You know that. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. Oh, I'm right. I know I'm right. Oh, I know. I gotta believe.
So, after that rousing monologue that, despite being about a man's desire to take over the world with noodles, somehow manages to make more sense than 90% of all video game villains' evil plots, he and Parappa engage in what I can only describe as the world's friendliest rap battle.
Sushi, burgers, they all taste good.
Pizza, burritos, they all taste good.
As long as they got noodles, the king of all food.
As long as they love food, then anything's cool.
Hip-hop.
And between this song and romantic karate, either nanaon-sha are the most naive people on the planet, or they're trying to see how much double entendre they can fit into a kid's game.
It's an addiction. Florb it, suck it, I know you all like it. Slurp it, suck it, I know we all like it. Florb it, suck it, I know you all like it. Slurp it, suck it, I know we all like it.
Florb it, suck it, I know you all like it. Slurp it, suck it, I know we all like it.
So, through the magic of hip-hop, Parappa shows Colonel Noodle the error of his ways. Now, I'd like to take this moment to say just how much I like all the music cues in these games. At the start of all these videos I've done, I've let the introduction sequences play out in full, because I really like the little jingles that they set up. And things like the little cues that play at the start of every level. Heck, even the company itself got a really cool jingle at the start of Jamalami. All of those things, they're so catchy and cool, and they play a big part in making the games what they are. I only bring them up now because I think Parappa the Rapper 2 has some of the best loading screen music of all time. Now, when was the last time you ever noticed a game's loading screen music, right? But Parappa the Rapper 2's is something special. It's just a short little loop, but you can't help get a little involved when you hear it. Parappa the Rapper 2's loading theme is really cool. Man, this is taking a while, so I'm busting a freestyle. Actually, I must say it cannot load up level 8. The disc is scratched up straight to hell, bought it second hand. Oh well. Yeah, so my copy of the game is all scratched and worn, so it doesn't load the last stage. Now, I thought about what to do about this. I mean, I could end the review here, but there's only one more stage, so I could steal someone else's footage off the internet, but that didn't seem right. So what I decided to do was to give you a brief synopsis of what happens at the end of the game, told through the magic of digital animation. Oh boy, now that we are friends and you are not evil, let us have one picnic together with all my friends, except for Boxy Boy because I do not like him. I am going to sing a generic but possible R&B song to play in the background like before of the last stage of the first game. Also, I was watching your adventure from a distance this whole time and watched you turn into a real man. Oh boy, that was my motivation throughout the game. I wanted to be a real man because you called me a baby at the start of the game and that hurt my feelings. Oh, by the way, Parappa, I am hosting a rap concert because I am dead into rap music and I was wondering if you could perform a rap song for the crowd. Also, King Kong Mushi from the first game will be there as a cool throwback for the fans, and to bookend the series nicely because there aren't any Parappa games after this one. Oh boy, I can't wait to bomb some Tadongo. I can't wait to do a rap song with the King Kong Mushi. And then Parappa did a rap song. Oh boy, Now everything is back to normal and I don't have to eat noodles all the time, but instead I have to eat cheese because I want a lifetime supply of cheese. The end. Directed and produced by Masaya Matsura. Visual design by Rodney Greenblatt. Words by Ryu. Once you've beaten the game once, you can try it again, and this time Parappa will be wearing a different coloured hat. Also, they changed the raps a bit to make it more challenging.
Love kick, love punch, love.
It's not as cool as being able to play a different instrument, but it warrants a couple more runs at least. And that is Parappa the Rapper 2. It has all the great charm and sweet music of the original games, but it does stumble a little bit with its retry system. And this is just a personal preference, but the wacky story being an actual story and not just a day or week in the life of the characters, I don't really prefer it as much, but it's still really fun and really funny, and it's still really good. It's just that one part, I prefer the originals to it. But as for everything else, well, this is just as good as the other games, so if you like even a little bit of those, definitely try this one.
Cheap.
Well, we're getting pretty close to the end of our Rhythm Retrospective now, and there's only a few games left, and most of them I can't even talk about. The first is Tuning Glue for the Apple Bandai Pippin, a game and system that I doubt anybody on the face of the planet has ever played or even heard of. There's Musica for the old click wheel iPods, which I'd never played, and there's Winter, War is Not the Answer, for the iOS, which I have no idea how to get footage for. So that just leaves one last game. It's Major Minor's Majestic March for the Nintendo Wii. I'll see you then.